This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, a knife attacker was sentenced in Dunedin High Court today, and the case details make for a disturbing reading. And in what may be a truly meta statement, the antiques dealer says antiques are not a thing of the past. And Southland is praised, raised and celebrated at the Invercargill Public Library as your Heritage Month begins. And a very good evening with the South Today News. I'm Craig Story. A man accused of stabbing his ex-wife's best friend 14 times in an attack at her home was sentenced today in the Dunedin High Court. Darren Leslie John Owens pleaded guilty to attempted murder in an attack Justice Rachel Dunningham called frenzied, ongoing and involved.
As she fought back tears, a victim confronted 44-year-old Darren Leslie John Owens in Dunedin High Court today. She was subjected to a prolonged attack in February last year by Owens, who she said left her unable to live a normal life or even wear dresses that displayed her scars, a constant reminder of her ordeal. The victim stood shaking, supported by her lawyer, as she gave testimony of suffering post-traumatic stress disorder since the day of the attack. The judge passed a sentence of 10 years with a minimum period of 5 years non-parole. Crown Prosecutor Richard Smith said Owens entered an address from which he had been trespassed after making a phone call to ex-wife Leanne Donaldson from outside the Cutton Street house. During the attack, the woman's lung was punctured, the muscles beside her spine were penetrated, and her stomach lining was brought through her skin. Owens kept his head down throughout Justice Dunningham's sentencing, where it was revealed after the attack he told a friend he had finished off the victim. The defence said Owens, who had more than 20 prior convictions, was inebriated at the time of the attack and remembered little. Roselle Labone, The South Today.
Police have released the names of 2 victims of vehicle-related fatalities in February of this year. Margaret Mary Jane Herbert, 78, of Dunedin, died after being hit by a vehicle on the 25th of February, and Richard Kohler from the Omakau area, aged 54, was killed in a crash on State Highway 85 near Springvale on February the 28th. Police would like to extend their sympathies to the victim's family and friends. An antique dealer says antique collection is not a thing of the past. Sandy Woodward of Tauranga, along with 10 other antiques dealers from around the country, are in Arrowtown this week for the 5th annual Antiques Fair. Mina Amso is not an antique.
1950s 22-carat gold Bohemian water set nicely displayed in a corner at the Athenaeum Hall, one of thousands of items on display at the Arrowtown's annual Antiques Fair. Fair organizer and antiques dealer Sandy Woodward says selling and buying antiques is a challenge, but it's not a thing of the past.
It's also a thing of the future. You know, a lot of the items here are over 50 years, over 100 years and over 150 years old, and they're still good, still being used, still being enjoyed.
This piece is one of the most expensive items found at the fair. Hello, Mina Amso in Arrowtown, where the Antiques Fair has begun today, and I'm here with Jim, who is holding a Madonna piece made of ivory.
Well, it's valued at about $4,000. It's very simply carved and a very nice large piece, which are very hard to find in these days. Like ivory is illegal now to have modern ivory, but these older pieces are very much sought after.
Marilyn Strang is a bit of a collector herself and has travelled from Invercargill to Arrowtown to attend the fair. She says it's hard to get collectible items in Invercargill.
Places have closed down, our shops have closed down. We've got one in Invercargill and I think there's one in Dunedin.
Woodward says the decline in antiques shops in Southland is because it's hard to find good quality antiques, and so it's hard to open up a shop and sell them.
Antique dealers do tend to be older people, and it's a different world nowadays.
The fair supports Southland Hospice and will run until Monday next week. Mina Amso, The South Today.
Dunedin City Council Chief Executive Officer Dr. Sue Bidrose will join a United Nations delegation to America this month. Attending the UN Commission is her first international conference since becoming CEO more than 3 years ago. Dr. Bidrose will be asked to speak at the forums and participate in decision-making at the Commission. The Commission will focus on women's economic empowerment and changing work environments and the empowerment of Indigenous women. Dr. Bidrose will focus on city developments that make cities better for families and for people with disabilities. March is Southland Heritage Month, and all across the region, proud Southlanders are celebrating the history of the beautiful South. The Commemorating and Celebrating of Southland's History was kicked off last night at the Invercargill Public Library. Dozens of people turned up for the launch of Since Writing You Last, an online collection of 307 World War I letters from 4 soldiers. It is the first of many events for the month, including an AMP show, a car rally, heritage dance and a harvest festival. Now, for more information, go to the Southland Heritage Month Facebook page. Plenty to get involved in. All right, still to come on The South today. Size doesn't matter, but opulence, comfort and 5-star dining certainly do. And Southland's Regional Council wants to clear up any confusion you may have about the swimmability of your rivers.
Grandad loved his family and surfing, in that order. He taught me to surf, and we spent a lot of time in the water together over the years. When he died, I strapped the camera to the nose of his old board and filmed the paddle out at St. Clair. Gillian's played the video on the big screen at his funeral. Grandad would have loved having everyone come out one last surf with him.
Gillian's Funeral Services, helping families celebrate the lives of their loved ones for generations. Gillians.co.nz.
Here is this week's Mole Map UV report. Did you know if you tan easily or have dark skin, you're still at risk of skin cancer?
If you've ever been on a sunbed or been badly sunburnt, what are the chances you could have melanoma? Remove the doubt. Get a mole map.
Active Furnishers Limited, home of quality service with superior product and an in-house design team who are always happy to advise and create an imaginative solution for you. Active Furnishers Limited, part of Dunedin's design history.
They say the grass is always greener, but not if you have Ready Lawn. Call Ready Lawn today and make them green with envy. If you've always dreamed of building a new home or renovating your existing home, make it happen. Go to the Home Show, 3rd, 4th, 5th of March at the More FM Arena at the Edgar Centre. Adults $10, children free. See you at the Home Show.
The University of Otago, New Zealand's only true collegiate university. For first-year students, the history, the expectations of excellence are
unfamiliar.
G'day, I'm next door.
Hi, next door. I'm Samantha Pascoe.
No, you're not. I'm Josh, Clyde, Science. And you are?
Sam, Hastings, Lauren Arts.
Tane, Auckland, Commerce. Osaka, Greece, Classics. History.
Silverhorn Active Manuka Honey from the natural Manuka forests of New Zealand. Buy 1 250-gram pot for $34.90 and get a second pot for half price. Order online at silverhorn.co.nz.
Oh, help! Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Arrow International knows what the essential ingredient is for accomplishing great projects, working with great people. 30 years on and 3,000 projects later, with 10 offices and 400 staff nationwide, a company who values partnerships with their clients and carries a strong reputation for passion, integrity and the love of a challenge, excelling in the construction industry and helping to create, with our partners, more iconic New Zealand buildings.
From rare to the recent, visit the legendary Hard to Find for your quality second-hand books. With the largest stock in New Zealand and a friendly book-loving atmosphere. For good prices, buying or selling, come visit 20 Dowling Street.
Gillians and Silberhorn bring you Rub of the Green, lawn bowls from around the south. Saturday night at 7, replaying on Sunday at 1 p.m. and Tuesday at 3:30.
Thank you for staying with the South Today. The Invercargill City Council is embracing New Zealand Hearing Week. Tracy Henderson from the charitable trust Life Unlimited led a seminar for council staff on how to interact positively with people who are hearing impaired. Hearing loss impacts nearly 19% of the New Zealand population. And the seminar covered the struggles people with hearing loss or deafness face on a day-to-day basis and how to compassionately communicate with them. It's my left ear. A boutique cruise ship came and went from Dunedin waters yesterday after making a flying visit to Port Chalmers. The Azamara journey, called the Boutique Hotel of the Seas, has set a course to see some of the spots around New Zealand and Australia that larger vessels sometimes miss. Okay, that track is unavailable to us at this stage, so we'll just go to the next article. The health of our nation's rivers and lakes is a controversial subject. You've probably got an opinion on it. Well, this follows the Ministry for the Environment releasing information on the swimmability of our fresh waterways, and Southland's Regional Council is hoping to clear up the confusion around the subject.
Swimmable versus wadable. Certainly we want our rivers to be safe and clean, but how do we judge if they are? And what is swimmability?
There is numerous definitions around this. The one the ministry has chosen is looking at the microbiological quality of the river and the whether the lakes have toxic algae in them.
The river or lake is given a rating of red, orange, yellow, green or blue to indicate a potential higher or lower risk for swimmers. Mr Civic Jones says the Regional Council is working to provide the most accurate information to the public.
It's probably confusing to the public because there's now 3 different ways in which the data has been presented. The MFE website now identifies water quality on an annual basis, whereas for swimmability, regional councils report at its popular swimming sites on a weekly basis, which is more direct measurement of what's actually happening.
The information from these tests is uploaded to the Environment Southland website. Another group concerned with the water quality is Fish and Game. Southland manager Zane Moss says anglers can be wary of fresh waterways because they're in and around them and likely eating the fish they catch. But they don't have more to worry about than swimmers.
Levels that are safe for swimming are certainly safe for contact recreation for anglers, because that's sort of a secondary contact. They're not in the water as much as someone who's immersing themselves swimming, obviously. So generally, if it's safe for swimming, it's certainly going to be safe for angling as well.
Graham Civic Jones says people need to be responsible when using rivers and check the quality and clarity before swimming. I'm Ruby Spink for the South Today.
And after the break on the South Today, as the groundwater rises in South Dunedin, the DCC and the ORC take advice from international experts. We'll take a sneak under the covers of tomorrow's ODT, and the South Today reporter Daryl Baser sets fire to something. Again.
Dunedin is recognised by UNESCO as a City of Literature. Find out how this came about and what it means for the city. In Dunedin, a City of Literature, 7 p.m. Sundays. Proudly brought to you by Hard to Find Books.
Here is this week's Mole Map UV report. Did you know, in recent years, the number of New Zealanders dying from melanoma has been as high as the road toll?
If you've ever been on a sunbed or been badly sunburnt, what are the chances you could have melanoma? Remove the doubt. Get a mole map.
Hi, welcome back to Alex Campbell Menswear. We're filming again from our Mosgiel store. We're having a 3-store wide
sizzling summer sale. It's the end of the season. We have sizzling prices in short sleeve shirts, polos, shorts, jeans. We've got specials in trousers. It's a sizzling summer sale.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
It's a sizzling summer sale.
The University of Otago, an institute of world-class education and the social epicentre of the city, with outfits needed for more formal functions like the ball and for less formal functions like...
The zoo? Are you sure?
Yeah, trust me.
Yeah, Dad, you'll definitely see me. I'm the one in the yellow and blue face paint and the onesie in the zoo.
Ecrotech Limited have been supplying beekeeping equipment and honey products in New Zealand for over 100 years. A specialist manufacturer of hiveware and plastic products for the beekeeping industry. They are the leading supplier of beekeeping equipment nationwide. For all your beekeeping needs, visit ecrotech.co.nz or call 0800 11 7766.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoai Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
Here is this week's Mole Map UV report. Did you know, in recent years, the number of New Zealanders dying from melanoma has been as high as the road toll?
If you've ever been on a sunbed or been badly sunburnt, what are the chances you could have melanoma? Remove the doubt. Get a mole map.
Get finance and get on the road. Talk to MTF today.
Welcome back to the South Today. The Dunedin City Council and the Otago Regional Council are paying for an international study into South Dunedin's groundwater options. International experience in managing rising groundwater is being sought as part of a project on the future of South Dunedin. The two councils have contracted environmental specialist Golder Associates to look into which places in the world are managing rising groundwater level conditions. The councils hope the information gained can help with the solution to South Dunedin's rising water issue. The contract was awarded last month and the work is expected to take about 10 weeks. And under strictly controlled circumstances, a group of Dunedin firefighters investigated just how combustible lithium-ion batteries are. The experiment follows a recent fire in a rubbish truck, and Daryl Baser put himself in the line of fire.
Do not try this at home. Firefighters with extinguishers and hoses at the ready watch as one of their crew simulates what a lithium-ion battery might go through while being crushed in a rubbish truck, with a pointy tool, an axe and a sledgehammer. Fire Risk Management Officer Mark Bredenbeck admits although it appears to be a bit of a fizzer, with only 2 of the batteries smoking, it's providing them some valuable learning.
What we did was we modified the situation a little bit and we helped the batteries to fail. As we saw before, when the batteries did fail, they created a lot of heat and some of them did start to smoke. and those sort of things can cause issues. If they're in with general rubbish, if you've disposed of them and it's gone with a whole pile of combustible material, those sort of things can cause fires.
During the afternoon's rigorous testing, a thermal imaging camera, or TIC, was used to measure the amount of heat generated by the batteries after they were, as Brennenbeck puts it, deliberately compromised. The ones which smoked most reached around 130 degrees Celsius, which could be enough to make dry matter smoulder and eventually catch fire. In an effort to prevent fires like this recent one happening again, he believes there are safe ways to dispose of modern batteries.
What we would suggest is if you are going to dispose of batteries which have been compromised, like they've been overcharged and they've been distorted, or that you're just disposing of a large amount, please take them to the landfill at the Green Island Waste Station. They will accept them for free if you're dumping other rubbish, but you must have them separate and you can give them to them there.
The New Zealand Fire Service test theories like this to further their knowledge of fires, how they start, spread and can be fought. In this case, they fought the smoke and the sledgehammer won. Just to be obvious, the Fire Service says do not do this at home. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
Well done, Daryl. And now recapping tonight's top stories on The South Today. All right, a Dunedin man pleaded guilty to stabbing his ex-wife's best friend and has been sentenced to 10 years in prison. A Queenstown antique dealer says antique collecting, curiously, is not a thing of the past. They're in Queenstown at the moment. And Invercargill has been celebrating Southland Heritage Month at a celebration which opened at the Invercargill Public Library last night. 'Tis that time of the day to you, Mr. Stewart. What is on in tomorrow's Otago Daily Times?
Lots of things happening, Craig. Oamaru's Whitestone Cheese Factory is about to double in size and become the town's latest tourist attraction.
Marvellous.
On the back of a demand for special cheeses. So a good positive story from that neck of the woods. We have another angle on our court story that you referred to just before. The wounds may have healed, but for a 40-year-old woman stabbed 14 times, the scars remain. So we get an impact statement from her about that situation. And of course today was the big day that the oysters arrived in town, so we went out and about and caught up with some crazy oyster lovers and found out what they like about the delicacy and their expensive habits. So
pretty much everything's to like about oysters, I think.
Yeah, your preferred choice is battered, raw.
Au naturel.
Oh yeah, good
Absolutely,
call. Yeah. Good call. What else have we got? We've got big sports lift out, of course. Tomorrow, Highlanders have been named to play the Crusaders. Elliot Dixon is the captain. Craig Padden, our star rally driver, is not lining up in the Otago Rally this year, but he will be involved. So find out how that happens. And a positive sign about our community, New Zealand Secondary Schools a survey shows Otago school pupils are the most active in sports in the country.
Outstanding.
In their field.
Good bunch of stories.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, let's have a look at tomorrow's weather now.
This weather update proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn Sports Valve.
All right, starting with today's southern view, that is a great big tree in Dunedin's Botanic Gardens. This is shoppers enjoying themselves in O'Connell's Mall in Queenstown, idyllic place. And that is the lovely Esk Street in Invercargill. A nice looking place. Right, to the situation, the parked high will slip away slowly tomorrow, bringing a change to cooler conditions. But by the weekend, it's back to our usual fine weather again. To the southern outlook, having a look around Balclutha, strong westerlies, showers and 15. And that's pretty much a boilerplate for most of what's happening around Catlins, Gore and Lumsden. Temperatures ranging from 15 to 19, but it is strong westerlies and showers. To the central, Alexandra, southwesterly change, showers looming, 23. Queenstown, the same for you, in Wine Country, 21. Te Anau, strong sou'westers, high cloud 23, and gusty to strong nor'westers in Wanaka, high cloud and 23 for you too. Off to the north, Oamaru, gusty nor'westers, high cloud increasing but 25 degrees. Omarama, and well, that's high cloud increasing, gusty nor'westers and 23. Timaru, high cloud, nor'westers 27 though. And Twizel, similar conditions, cloud increasing and 23. In Dunedin here tonight, high cloud and 11 degrees. But Friday, 8 and 23 are our numbers. Mild northerlies in the morning, high cloud increasing. Showers by the early afternoon. Winds will be strong for a while. Saturday, sunny periods returning, fresh to west to sou'westers. Cool though, and similar conditions for Sunday too. In Invercargill tonight, you can look out for cloud increasing is all we can really offer you, 10 degrees. Friday begins cloudy and wet. Fresh nor'westers, I'm afraid. Showers developing along with a cool sou'wester. Saturday's showers, but a late clearing though. Cool conditions, similar conditions for Sunday. And it has been my pleasure to present the South today on behalf of the hard-working team. For them, I'm Craig. Good night.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.